It's All Things Considered, and I'm Dave Lawrence. We're continuing our Off the Road series. Subscribe and hear the latest episodes on Apple, Google, and Spotify podcasts. Find it on our HPR app, and get the entire series at hawaiipublicradio.org. Today, a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame member, part of one of rock's all-time greatest songs, too, For What It's Worth. From Buffalo, Springfield, and Poco, it's Richie Furay, who just released 50th Anniversary Return to the Troubadour, a double live set including a complete performance of Poco's critically acclaimed 1971 live album Deliverant, with special guests like Timothy B. Schmidt of Poco and the Eagles. Richie joined us from his home in Colorado. A big aloha and mahalo, Richie. Thank you so much for doing this and being our guest on our series we're doing.
My pleasure, Dave. Nice to be with you today, man.
Oh, it's fantastic. And as for this release and the 50th anniversary return to the Troubadour, I know it was recorded in the fall of 2018, Richie, but did the pandemic affect the timing of it at all as for the release?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure that it would have been coming out probably at least 6-7 months earlier. It was kind of like, we ever going to get this thing out, you know? Yeah, well, the idea, came up from one of my players who was playing with me at the time. And he said, there's some other groups out there that are actually doing a whole redo of one of their albums. Why don't we do Deliverant? And I'm thinking, do a live recording of a live recording. That could be pretty interesting. The Troubadour, to me, when I first went to California, it was definitely one of the scenes. I had come from New York, where, I had basically gone to start my musical career. And when Stephen Stills moved to California, that's when I joined him, and that's when we started the Springfield. Well, when the Buffalo Springfield broke up, there was a scene that was going on in Los Angeles, and part of the musical scene was at the Troubadour. And the Whiskey A Go-Go was drawing a crowd for the Springfield, but there was another crowd then that was really coming down. The Byrds were down at the Troubadour, Linda Ronstadt, Jackson Browne, some of the Eagles, J.D. Souther, just a lot of folks. I mean, Ricky Nelson. We even had opened up for Steve Martin at the Troubadour. Poco was invited to do the Denver Pop Festival, and we were playing in Denver on the same night that we were playing at the Troubadour, and so we were late getting back to Los Angeles, and it caused Steve to have to really make up things as he went along, as he was trying to kill time while we were on an airplane coming back from Denver.
What was wild, though, when you mentioned that, because it's cool, you had the Poco as the house band at the Troubadour, and then you have this Buffalo Springfield house band at the Whiskey back in 66 for a period. And For What It's Worth, one of the most incredible and important rock songs ever, and certainly one of the biggest from Buffalo Springfield.
The first Buffalo Springfield record did not really get the commercial success that Ahmet Ertegun, who was president of Atlantic Records, was hoping for. And so he'd come to California to just listen to songs that Stephen and Neil and myself had written for another project. We went through our repertoire, of new songs, and we're packing up our guitars. And as we're packing up our guitars, Stephen said, I have another one, For What It's Worth. And that was it.
Wow.
And Ahmet said, that's a hit. We got to record that. It was just amazing.
That is amazing. And there are so many stories associated with you. And I know you've got a documentary coming up. Maybe this one that involves Stephen Stills will be in there. In 1968, you guys were doing some sort of rehearsal, and Eric Clapton, they said, was there. And at that same rehearsal, you, Neil Young, and Jim Messina all busted for herb or something like that. Is that accurate?
That is accurate. We were just out at Stephen's house. Stephen had a house out in Topanga Canyon. I mean, man, we were in the country. And we were out there just playing our music, and the police came. And they were very polite, and they said, hey, look, you guys, it's after 10 o'clock, and there are neighbors here, even though you can't see them. But they asked, if you guys would maybe tune down a little bit. And we said, sure. And so the next night, we were together and doing it again. And my wife was actually there with us, too. We had left, I don't know, maybe 10 o'clock or something like that. I remember that Jimmy and I were going to go out. He was going to help me put together a new stereo system. So Nancy and I turned around and went back to Stephen's house. And I'm telling you, before we could get in and get everybody stopped, playing so I could talk to Jimmy for a minute, the police are coming in every single door and window in that house, man, that we had, I guess gone over the curfew one more time. And so, yeah, we all went to jail. We went down to Malibu, and then we went down to the county jail down there in Los Angeles. And fortunately, Nick Grillo, who was working with the Beach Boys at the time, came down and bailed us out. But it was an experience I would just not go through again. My poor wife, I can't believe it. Her mom had to read about it on the front page of the L.A. Times, if you can believe it.
And Eric Clapton did not get arrested.
Oh, no, he did. He definitely went to jail with us. And it was so funny because when they took us into the station house, there was a guy that was in there that was singing one of Eric's songs. I can't even remember what the song was. He didn't even know we were coming,
Oh, that's too funny.
I had to go testify for Eric, because when he was having a court appearance, I forget how many months later, whatever, but in order for him to, I guess, have freedom to play here in the States, so I had to go, and I remember having to testify for him, but everybody was real good, and we got things worked out, and so I don't even think there's a real technical record of any of it.
Well, this goes back to the documentary. That's why we're sort of putting it on record, no pun intended, because stuff like that, you just never know if it happened. And seeing as how we've got you in this great place, this great mood, having fun, sharing stories, and you're at home, I was hoping maybe you'd give us just a little taste of one of the tunes that you're known for.
I can play something if you'd like.
Oh, we'd super appreciate it, Richie, and love to hear you play a little bit. It's Richie Furay, Buffalo Springfield, Poco, our special guest here on Off the Road, sharing his great energy.
Let me see here. Yeah, this is from the SHF. Here I go again, it's all right. Full moon's grown to brighten the night. I've been looking there, seeing the light. It's sure shining bright. Honey, believe it, it being free. Nothing but love's like nothing to be. You got once a lifetime to see. Just how much of your dream just to feel like falling in love. Oh, you know what it feels like when you're falling in love. Turning home, running free as the wind, stretching the stride when it's time to be taken in. Let me know right in, and just let me feel like falling in love. Don't you know what it feels like when you're falling in love? Honey, to feel like you're falling in love. And that's what I said until I mess up a little bit there. So there you go.
That was a huge hit on the radio when I was a little kid. So many memories. Thank you, brother.
Thank you so much, man.
I had to Google that thing while you were playing it. Souther Hillman Furay Band back in '74. Big hit. Giant Lost classic there. Fallen in Love.
Well, hallelujah.
There you go. Awesome, my brother. Well, vocal legend, guitar legend from Buffalo Springfield and Poco, Richie Furay, and 50th anniversary return to the Troubadour. I'm grateful for your time, brother, and hope you had fun.
Hey, I had fun, Dave. Thank you so much, man. And get over there to Hawaii, man. I'll definitely look you up, especially if we come to Oahu, man, which we're really thinking about doing because it's been a long time since we've been over there, and I have some friends there up on the North Shore and all, and so if we get over there, I'm going to look you up, man, so we can at least maybe have a bite to eat or something.
That'd be great, and we have a really nice studio, too, so if the world gets back into that kind of normalcy, then we'll have you in with your acoustic.
Sounds good, Dave. Good talking to you, man. Good talking to you. Thank you so much for having me.